So namaste. So today I'm at the Candelabra, the base here. Very difficult to see, like it's on the other side of the sign, the Candelabra, where the Sugriv's armies went to search for Mother Sita. Very difficult to go there, permissions and everything. But by the grace of Bhagwan Ram, Valmiki and Brahma, we'll see if we get permissions to walk on the mountain. But today I'm going to just go around. It's been very difficult to get permissions here because people don't know the importance. Maybe after this video we get more importance and get more tourists to see the global footprint of Ramayan. And keep checking out this blog. I've got many more things I'm going to talk about in the next video. Namaste. It was very difficult to get the boat, and finally we found a boat at the corner of another area in the port over there, and nobody was going to go there because every owner was saying that you need to go in a group, and I didn't want to go in a group. I wanted to go alone because we wanted our own time, sweet time over there, because it's a place for us. I was willing to pay any price for it, and if Jagannathji's desire is there, we'll definitely go. Money cannot take us there in any way. So finally one boat guy agreed, and he is willing to take us with us, Nicholas, and Jai Shri Ram. We'll see what is there for us. Namaskar. Let's get on the boat. So finally we are moving and going to see the Candelabra mountain, and I have two friends. What's your name? ¿Cómo te llamas? Nicholas. Wani. So they're helping, and there's a book, one kill of mine in his hand. So Nicholas and Vianney. So we are going towards the Candelabra mountain. This is where the Sugriva's armies came, and it's been a tough journey to see that. Like if I go away, like if you see the boats over there, and we are going all the way. The place is on the other side of the mountain. Tomorrow we'll go on the mountain. I have to take more permissions. It's not easy, and so I gave myself around 4 or 5 days or 6 days. I don't know who will help. Either American embassy will help, or the Indian embassy will help. I do not know that. So that I'll know once I get an access, So this is what we are doing. You can see the boat, which is being driven by a single motor, and not very far, around maybe 7-8 miles, 9 miles, 10 miles. But we are going behind that mountain. So Valmiki Ramayan says that Trishira is the name which is mentioned, which is the Yagya Vedika sign on the top of the mountain, and that is Udaygiri. So this whole range is Udaygiri, which is starting from here all the way towards the southern direction, all the way down south. We are in the south of Lima, around 200 kilometers, 237 kilometers south of Lima. On the coast, it's called Paracas, and I do not know the exact meaning of Paracas, so we'll find out more. But Candelabra mountain in the Christian theology, which actually meant that Candelabra looks like a candle, and like a Yagya Vedika. So this sign is very important. So this is where the eastern direction begins. Now this is all land connected. There are trucks moving there on that island, but we don't have permission. So we have to get permission from the security or coastal region protection, or I do not know, national service. They have forest service. We might have to take permission from there. So this is what we are doing. There are other boats following us, but we are the only boat. We are the exclusive boat to us. So there's a lot of boats moving a lot. So I will come back on the thing right after the boat stabilizes. Okay. Thank you. Jai Shri Ram. So we are almost there, and we are closer, much closer than before. Now, one thing is very important here is that the whole thing is connected by land, but there is no permission to go via land route. So you can see some trucks moving at a distance, which is going from that side all the way to here. Behind this is the Yajna Vedika symbol, which is Trishul Vedika. You know, Giovanni is holding the book. I will read from there when I reach over there. So where I will tell you that how it is very accurately mentioned in Valmiki Ramayan. Now, there are many studies, there are many videos on our channel by Nilesh Oak and me, where he has shown this, the seawater rise. And I'll just take that research and say that if I reduce the water by almost maybe say 100 meters down or 100 feet down, talking about Treta Yuga, whenever Sugriva's armies came. I don't do much research on the dates, but I can say, so if you reduce the water, then you will see that all this land becomes practically reachable, either from that side or right from here. Is very low. And also if you go straight from here across, and you will reach Indonesian islands, Papua New Guinea. In my book, I said when the eastern direction the Vanaras went, they went to the eastern direction. And the eastern direction when they came, they crossed the islands, Suvarndweep, Yaldweep, the 7 islands they crossed, and they reached here because there are many islands in the middle, and also these Vanaras were not they're very qualified, they have amazing powers which can defy the nature. So they could move that freely. Now some people may say that is not scientific information, or how is it possible? Well, there are some people in the world who have higher IQ than the rest. Not everybody has the same IQ. So you can also say that someone who is having a higher IQ has a magical power, because he can analyze the instructions or analyze the mathematical equations better. Some people can understand AI so well that you and I cannot understand. These are also magical powers. So why we limit ourselves to this crazy idea that we can do it, how can others cannot do it if we cannot do it? There are many people above us, like many of you can't play cricket as better than any of the other cricket stars of India. Some of you cannot play baseball better than the baseball stars. Some of you cannot play chess like a small child who won the grand title for the Grand Master of Chess. There are many things all of us cannot do. So assuming that some people cannot do anything and only we can do something, that is a very egoistic statement. So I don't agree with that. So some people the doubtful Thomases are always there. Doubting Thomases are always there. So we can very well assume that some of this reticence is coming from a propaganda. Like for example, now they may name this mountain as Candelabra, and I'll give a credit to Peruvian government for protecting it, and that's why we are not getting permissions also, overprotected. And but anyway, we will make a way to reach there. But the thing is that somebody said that this is made by aliens. Now it's a very foolish idea. Just because you don't know someone, that means it's made by an alien. Now we very well know in the Treta Yuga and even Dwapar Yuga, the Devtas used to come down. And nowadays these people they call angels. Kali Yuga, the Devtas don't come down, don't directly interact. So they say they are aliens. Now, and somehow they all come out to be, nowadays the alien thing has become so, after COVID-19, everyone is talking about aliens. And they show aliens as very ugly people and very like a deformed faces. Might be there. I have not seen any Devta or anyone else, any of those super beyond human reach. But how can we assume that they are not better looking than us? I mean, I have a question here. How can we assume that? Is it scientific to assume and pass judgmental? That is not science. That's dogmatism, where when you assume without verifying, you assume that everything else is not ideal. So we are assuming many things. We are trying to see things from our lens, and that's why we are having a problem today in the science also, where the science has become more philosophy. Every science originates in some kind of philosophy. So my point is, why we are not using science in this respect? Why do we assume that now this Yajnavedika sign was there before Sugriv came? This is the symbol of the eastern direction. It's called Udaygiri Pahad. These are the Udaygiri mountains. These are all Udaygiri. Goes all the way south to Argentina. We are on the west coast, but on the west coast right down to the Chile, and in the bottom of the Chile we have, after that again you meet the Argentina coast, all the way. Nowadays they call Andes mountains. Why not call them Sugriv's mountains? I'm only questioning, like why the names also have to be politicized? Okay, and did they research what was the original name of this place? And you'll be shocked to know the original name of this mountain is Parakas, means beyond a human reach. That's what I just found out. I researched from the last video to now. So my point is, apply science uniformly everywhere, or don't apply science. Don't call yourself a scientist when you want to reject an hypothesis, and it is no longer a hypothesis. Now we are reaching closer. It is no longer a hypothesis. This is a reality now. We can see it. What is mentioned by Valmiki Ramayan, we can actually see it. So just by putting a questioning that anything ancient doesn't make you more scientific. So I have taken the axiomatic truth of Valmiki Ramayan, and I am trying to go each place mentioned in the outside of India, because within India everyone has researched a lot. But gradually we will start go to every place where Sugriva's armies went to search for Mother Sita. What a noble cause. Nobody has done that in the history. Like people left, Shri Bhagwan Ram was so good looking, and also the king, unrivaled king of the world. He could have done anything he wanted. But for his wife, he searched the entire planet. That also debunks the theory that some people they come out with, that why he left Mother Sita. People don't look at this side of it, and people don't understand the other side of the story also, because they think that Uttarkhand they have cut it out, Balkhand they have to cut it out, so there is nothing left in the Valmiki Ramayan. Okay, and after that Yuddhakand also has to go out. So why making unscientific? Why not to use science when these topics are concerned? I leave you with that question. We are reaching right there, and please do support us. Join Sattology as a member. Fund us, donate to us, and let us begin this Ramayan journey on the global scale. My book is there, One Arrow, One Kill, which Giovanni is holding and reading, and also from the Global Footprint Ramayan, from Global Footprint of Ramayan from Kapoor Publications in India. You can get those books. Thank you, and I'll see you there. Jai Shri Ram. Last time I spoke about the science aspect of the it's a lot of water here. The boat is shaking almost. The waves are big. Waves are big, and the other people are also going. But anyway, the science. We're talking about the science and logic and reasoning, and we see that especially when it comes to Ramayana, Mahabharata, people don't use science, logic, reasoning, because they think that this is some idea, some mythology, something like that. Mythology word itself is not good, because it just says that it's a science of fake lie or imagination. So now as we are moving, you can see the big, now we are going to go opposite of that mountain. We are reach much closer now. We're going to go to the back side, and then we will also see, you can see these are called Andes mountain ranges. It goes up and then goes down further when you go towards south on the west coast. Now we are now reaching a place almost close to the coast over there. You can see that, and a lot of traffic is there. These are all the tourists, and after a video is published, there are many more Indians are going to come here, hopefully, and I'll be happy to take them around as long as they maintain a discipline and don't get into some kind of I want to treat it as a very sacred place, and if they maintain that, I'll be happy to take them on a tour here. Now, one thing you'll notice that a lot of development is being done on this island, but not behind the island. The reason is this has become a container terminal, and a lot of economic activity going on, and a lot of defense related activities also going on, which kind of damages the whole thing. But the government of Peru has done a fabulous work. I will commend them on this. At least they preserved it. But we also want to go back. So I'll show you something which has not been observed by many people. So Yajnavedika, you can see that there is a like a small trail going on up, which is right in front. You can see that a small, looks like a drain, but it's not a drain. It's a symbol within the mountain, and it is being made. You can see that right in front. If you can see my finger pointing, you can see it's some kind of a crevice, a drain, a valley, like going up. Now, usually this entire thing is 2 to 3 feet deep or 4 feet deep, some places 6 feet deep. And the beauty, the way it is made is that every time there is a wind which is blowing or cutting through the mountain, first of all, there are not very heavy winds here. Hardly when there is a cyclone or a tsunami, then probably we will see some kind of thing. But right now you don't see anything here. But you will see that the Yajnavedika starts right in the back. So it is going up. So it is going up, and then it will turn on the other side. And you can see some small symbols over there. I do not know whether they are artificial or truck road symbols or road tires, the trucks going around there. I don't know that. So we will go behind the mountains, but you can see the same pattern which goes behind as well. Two questions comes into the mind, that this is the place I'm going to read my book passage. When I read the other side, then I'm going to do that. Two things come, like, why was this made? Question, logical question, why was this made? Answer is given in there in Valmiki Ramayan itself. I'll read you the shloka from there. The Valmiki Ramayan says this was the place of great sages doing tapasya, and this was a symbol for airplanes of devtas to see it from a very far distance. Now this symbol you can see from 20 miles, 30 miles, 40 miles. From the sky you can see from a very far distance, if there is a clear sky. And so there are many reasons, and also this marks the boundary of the Uttar direction. Like for even today, now again I'll use a modern science, that even today when we read when we have the prime meridian, like the line between Alaska, which is a American territory, and Russia, there is 2 islands in the middle, and between those two islands is the date line. So when you cross one island one day, you lose one day completely, or gain one day, either side if you go. If you come towards the US side, then you gain a day. If you go towards, and just one line. So even today we do maintain international timelines. So why do you think that the previous, in the Treta Yuga, then this kind of thing was not done? So this place has been existing way before Valmiki Ramayan. And so the whole European model of discovery that discovered the whole world, Vasco da Gama discovered India. We all know that the Gujarati businessman brought him to Vasco to India. Now, we all know that from Cape of Good Hope. Now, but why we have to get into the European propaganda? Why? Now this place, again, because Peru is officially a Christian country, which is again a Spanish colony, you can say that way, and they have no identity left on their own because of so many years of colonization and whatnot, and what all the things going on. So there are people waving at us. So they're waving at us, and then they're roaming around. So anyway, so the lot of things can be said, lot of things can be told. But my point is, why to accept a version which is not ours? Like, why we have to blindly believe in anything? If you really believe in science, and question everything. Question everything, and I'm very happy people are questioning Ramayan today. That shows it is important. You only question those things which are important. You don't question anything, you know. So it has to be. We have a lot of. I'm very happy people are questioning it, and I'm also questioning them. Where is your science gone? When I'm saying that, I'm taking it as an axiomatic truth and showing. Now I'll show you the position of the sun, right in front of my head. You can see that. You know, what does it show? The sun is going right over the head. We are close to the equator, and it's almost 10 a.m. Around 10:30 in the morning, and where I am right now, and the sun is right on the over the head, and you'll be shocked to know, if you see the sunrise, it will appear to you from the northern, almost like eastern side, but almost towards the north, not totally on the east. Sunrise, amazing. Like, why would it appear like that? And I'm going to, I'll actually show you the video tomorrow, where I'll go and the sunrise in the Candelabra, and I'll show you how it looks like and how the sunset looks like. So if you study the sunrise and the sunset, unless something bad happens with the video file, but we'll see. And if you see the exact video and sunrise and sunset, you'll also know that this is the boundary of the eastern direction. Like, the eastern direction ends over here. You know? So people may say, where is the eastern direction ending? Now, if you go to Japan, I've been to Japan many times, and many of you must have gone to Japan many times. My humble request to you, watch the sunrise there. Go to the east coast of Japan and see the sunrise. And tell me, I'll give this homework to you, tell me which direction the sun looks like rising. And once you have the answer to that, then you'll know what I'm talking about. So this is the direction. This is the Udaygiri starts over here. Udaygiri is not something in Rajasthan or India or anywhere else. That is again a colonial propaganda. Because there they say everything is just in India, everything is... No, Ramayan has a global spread. Ramayan covers every single continent on the earth. Ramayan covers every single part of the world, because Ravan was so powerful, he could have hid Sita anywhere. So they did not want to. Sugriva's instructions to the Vanaras are very specific. He said, look into every single valley, every single river, every single mountain shadow, look everywhere. And Brazil, and I have so far not verified it, but I have been told, many acharyas have said, Prabhupada has said it, Madhvacharya, Pandit Kota Venkatachalam, and many other great people have said it, Madhusudan Ojha, that the Ravan used to bring gold from Brazil, Patal Suvarna. So there must be some words over there which obviously I will clarify with Nilesh and other people as well. So those words are there, must have come there. But so otherwise, why was there a need to search here if they were so sure? And in the last batch of Vanaras were sent to south, and it took them the longest time because people lost hope over there. Because the distance between the southern coast and Lanka was so huge that Ram had to think. It was Simaldweep. Why would he think so much? There is no way, there is no time to think about Simaldweep, because it's just a land, connected land. You know. So I will catch you in the next video. We are almost there, very close. You can see that. We're very close. And I will see you once I cross over on the other side. Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram, my next video. And I am going to show you, read it from my book. Trishara Kanchana Ketulasta Lasya Mahatmana Stapita Parvadasya Agre Virajit Sevit Savedika. We'll see the Vedika sound. And also Purvasya Dishi Nirmanam. When in the previous time when they were constructing directions, Tritam Tat Tri Dasheshware. Tri Dasheshware means we all know that 330 heads, like it is referring to Brahma and Vishnu. Tata Param Hema Maya Shriman Uday Parvata, and therefore in this mountain is called Uday. This is the mountain which is Uday Parvat, very clearly mentioned. And this is the map I put in my book, page 261. Candelabra, Peru, are similar to described in the instruction of Sugriva. Now there are many such signs anywhere in the world. At least 3 I have seen, 2 in India and 1 in China. This is also there. But nowhere it shows right on the banks of the ocean. It's all inside. So it is not true there. And also you have to find out, you have to also travel based on the other directions, like the group of 7 directions which is mentioned here on page 260. Tato Bhakta Jalam Prapya Shonakyam Shigravaina Gatva Param Samudrasya Siddha Charana Sevita. Like the land served by Siddha and Charana. So ancient sages were here. They were practicing, they were remembering, and now we are very close to the whole place. So it is not a place visited by everybody. There are small mountains, you can see some passes over there, people inside, there's some rock formation is there, and you will see a lot of life here, close by, very close. The thing is, this is not a place which was for ordinary humans in a good place. We'll just keep it. And thank you. We'll keep the finger like this. And this is the, Gyani is helping me a lot. Thank you. And Nicholas is helping me also, taking out his time. So this is the place which is being frequented by many great Siddha Charana, are the category of Devatas, very advanced soul who are perfected their yogi life. So it's not that it was only meant for India or anywhere, the whole world was their territory. And the whole sign that only Indians can follow or others, the whole world was like that. So people may say, okay, we are creating fiction, mythology here. I am not even creating anything, I am just reading to you from Valmiki Ramayan. So the people may say whatever they want, like I said, science goes both sides. If science, you say the science, we have to be scientific by choice, or by we have to use science when it's convenient to us, that is not a science. Science is science. Science is science. Archaeology should be a science, but nowadays archaeology has become politics, because some people want to use archaeology to completely destroy the identity of the natives. Now, like if you even roam around in this country, you will hardly find a ancient temple or prehistory of like before the Spaniards came to Peru. You won't find anything in this country which even closely resembles that. Why? Because again, people are not following the science. If you follow something, follow completely. If you don't follow something, don't follow completely. Like we are now, you can see the Yagya Vedika there, right in front of you. We have reached on the side, and you can see the symbol of Yagya Vedika right on the top. I want to come there, and it is a solid rock. It's not a sand. It looks very smooth. So it definitely is created. You can see that. It is definitely created. It has the leaves. It looks like a fire going up from the base, and this sign can be seen from a very far distance. And we are very close to the place, so you may not be able to actually see very clearly. Now we are gradually moving towards. You can see the fire which is rising up. So Yagya Vedika, I read you the shloka also. For reminding you, I'll read it again. 1 minute. Just keep the journey. 1 minute. So, It's again Trishira Kanchana Ketulas Talastasya Mahatmana. It's Trishira, and there are 3 arms, and there are Kanchana, means golden. You can see it is golden. Ketulas Talastasya Mahatmana, and it is Ketul Varsh Mahatmana, means he is being told. Sugriva is saying, Stapita Parvasagyagre. It is on the edge of the mountain. Edge of the mountain. Virajati sa Vedika. This is a Vedika sound. Vedika place means where the Havan happens. That's called Vedika. And we are still around 200 yards from the sign, so we cannot see how much is the depth, but people say it's 4 feet to 5 feet, and it's a very specific formation created by humans, not people who are visiting this planet. We call it Devta, Siddhacharana. Now Siddhacharanas are also great people. They have yogic siddhis, they perfected their lives, they can do also amazing things. And also Purvasyam Dishi Nirmanam. So when the eastern direction was being made, then Tri Dasheshwara, this was made as a symbol for the eastern direction. And Hemamaya Shriman Uday Parvata, this is a symbol of the Uday Parvat. They will be symbol for, so this is the exact sign which is mentioned in my book, and which is I am standing in front of it right now. So you can watch it as much as you want, and thank you for watching it. And we will be here shortly with permissions. We will come here, because if the birds can go there, we can also go there. Thank you. Jai Shri Ram. So we are standing very close to the Candelabra sign, Yajna Vedika, worshipable, and Sugriva Senas played on their life to come to this level. Now I will also show you, I'll read it some more passages when I go back from here, while on the way back, and so you can see that. Right now you can see the Yajna Vedika very clearly. You can see on the left, on the middle, on the right. It looks like flames going up. This sign is for millions of years old, much more older than anything which before Ramayan, is before Valmiki Ramayan. This was well known, and Siddha and Charana used to be there, and it is very well known that the South America is very much frequented by Devatas and other places. The Maidana had a lot of facilities here. You can see strange structures everywhere, like a small strange structures are there. So great rishis have visited this place. It's a very, very sacred place in entire South America, you can say. And this is a symbol. So people may say how outside of India there is no, the whole culture was Sanatan Dharma in the world, and it is the duty of the American government, I would say, and the Indian government to promote this, and Chinese government, because all three cultures are related. American government, because we have 6 million Indians over there, and also the Native American history is very closely connected to this place. The many stories, like the land being held by a Kurma avatar, a tortoise, these are the traditional Native American stories, which are traditions, passed on by traditions, because they don't have the written culture so much. So all of us are very fortunate today. We are very close. I am also very fortunate. I was praying to Sri Ram that we come closer and see actually what is this place. And that is what Sattology is doing. Do join us on tours, support us, become our members, and challenge the existing unscientific narrative in the American campuses. Like everything is dogmatic, like people have to believe blindly. Why should we believe blindly? So if you really want to have the scientific temper and question everything, Jai Shri Ram. Thank you. And this is one more sign I'll show you, and we'll switch off the video.